It is indeed Kim Asab for life on MFM 92.6. Very good morning to you. It is 9:30 on this, the MFM Breakfast Show. My name is Nick Archibald, and this is some of my favorite stuff that happens. We've missed a couple because of all these public holidays and a couple of holidays. We get student affairs and it's called your Student Weekly, and this is how we want to just bless you with a bit of knowledge in terms of the university and what they do for you and what there is to offer and whatnot. So today, Stellenbosch University Senate, they recently approved a new regulation for co-curriculum recognition, which regulates the formal recognition of co-curricular activities on the academic transcript. Yes, that's right. It means that your academic transcript that has all your marks, all those just passes and all those distinctions, and it'll include a little summary of all formally assessed learning awards and accomplishments that you obtained. Clearly, I wasn't accomplishing that time. I mean, I can't say it. I can't say the word accomplishments that you obtained during your time at Stellenbosch University.
This is your Student Weekly on the MFM Breakfast Show.
And joining us today to tell us a bit more about the new regulations on that co-curricular recognition, we have Ms. Ruth Andrews, the manager of the co-curriculum office in the Centre for Student Leadership and Structures. A very good morning to you, Ruth. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you, Nick, and thank you for having us share this with you on the show this morning.
No, thank you for this, because this also pertains to, I was that kind of kid at school also who was like, let me just do everything. And then I came to university and again, I just was like, let me do everything. And this is really amazing because it gives you that opportunity to, be allowed to be recognized for the little things and the big things and the small things and whatnot. So what is the co-curriculum and why is it important?
That's, I think, a critical question. And first beginning with what it is, often it's seen to be all the stuff outside the classroom. But more and more we're recognizing the co-curriculum is the critical aspect of you developing the skills and capabilities that you don't get the chance to do in the classroom. And that usually happens through activities that you partake in outside of the classroom. So the co-curriculum really is all that happens outside of your formal learning. Some of that can actually happen in the classroom, but mostly of outside of the classroom activities. And these are activities that the institution sort of recognizes. So co-curriculum isn't sort of your relaxation time.
Yeah.
It's the stuff that you engage in order to develop and grow your competencies, your skills, and develop your graduate attributes.
And I think it's vitally important because Stellenbosch University, much like many universities around the world, bless you with knowledge, and you work hard on knowledge. Yeah. But I like to think of it almost as the application of that knowledge, and also adding more to your knowledge of the world, so you can use the degree knowledge, if you want to put that in inverted commas, and then how you bring that into your own life and to others' lives. So it's really, really powerful. Things like leadership, I'm sure play up a role in that. So what does this regulation mean? Obviously, this has just been passed, and why was it necessary for the regulation?
So I think if we now begin to say, let us recognize what our students are doing outside of the classroom and actually show up that learning, for us to put it on the academic transcript is a huge step, because we're now putting it next to your degree stuff. So there has to be some form of way of regulating how that's done. So basically the regulation helps all of us to know what we can get on the transcript and what won't go on the transcript, and what that process really is of getting it on the transcript. So this regulation document was recently approved by Senate. So it is not just a small little document. It actually governs everything we do within the co-curriculum space that we recognize on your academic transcript. So basically it tells us that we now can formally assess your learning. It's that formally assessed learning that we show up on the transcript.
So it's like key focus areas and stuff like that.
So it's the stuff that you're going for, that you want to really develop in yourself. So if you decide, look, I really want to grow as a leader, I'm going to participate in some leadership activities. And if that activities is formally recognized through the co-curriculum recognition process, you get recognition on the academic transcript. Obviously, you're going to do an assessment to show up that learning. So this regulation really helps us to hold all of that together in a way that supports the learning.
No, that's so amazing. I'm sitting here. I'm actually lost for words because I genuinely I'm a firm believer in doing more than just what's expected of you, because I believe that produces you more as a human being. I don't want to go out there and be a robot. I want to go out there and be a human being and be active in things like politics, in things like charity work, and just understanding the world. I think that's so beautiful. You mentioned earlier, and also your framework mentions competencies. What are these competencies?
So we've recognized that when our students leave the university, the employer or the world of work is really looking for certain stuff that you can do and do really well, to a way that it shows up, that your employer or wherever you're working, you can actually demonstrate some type of capability together with the knowledge. And for us to really make sure that it's the right stuff we're looking at, we developed a competency framework. That was started a year ago, where we scanned the environment, we spoke to different stakeholders, to employers, and asked, what do you really want our students to do when they get to you in a formal employment situation? And with that, we developed this framework. And this framework really looks at 4 domains of your development. It looks at your personal skills. It looks at your people skills, how well you work with other people. It looks at your applied knowledge, how you take actually what you've got in the classroom through your degree and use it in the different environments you're in. And then most important, it looks at your workplace skills, how you can actually go confidently into a work environment and contribute in a meaningful way and really use all your capabilities to the best of your advantage and contribute in the different spaces.
And I think that's so powerful, because I'm a recent graduate, and I do find myself a lot of the time there's this anxiety about actually what do you want me to do? And I know a lot of people who go straight out of a degree straight into work, especially in like intense working offices. You get there and you work and you're not really quite sure how to now apply it. And I suppose there's those graduate program stuff, but that's only 20 people out of whatever 240 graduates we have from one degree. And this is a beautiful way in terms of linking your degree to the workspace. And last but not least, how can students get involved in the co-curriculum? Are there specific like prospectus for the students, or how does it all work?
We're very, very excited to be able to present to the students a co-curriculum prospectus. And inside of that, across our co-curriculum space, as well as what's happening inside of faculty where there's opportunities, we've got lists of opportunities for students and who to contact. So it's a brilliant resource to get people started, like a starter pack, like here's what's going on out there. Contact these people and see what works for you or what interests you, and then start to engage with that. So that's one opportunity. There's a much more powerful opportunity for our young people who are creative and want to build programs, for instance, or design and develop a contribution. So maybe you're a leader and you want to do a leadership development program inside of residence or within a community. You can actually develop that program and get recognition for your program on the academic transcript. So it's awesome. So what we've done now is to bring our students closer in terms of contributing to how we create knowledge in the co-curriculum space. So you are equal partners. It's really a fantastic space. It's evolving, and we're really looking forward to how this is going to shape in partnership with our students.
Yeah, power to the students. There you have it. It's not just about the university offering those opportunities. If you do have a creative idea in terms of those co-curricular activities, please do get right involved. Ruth Andrews, Regulation for Co-Curriculum Recognition. Thank you so much for joining us today and talking about that. And obviously we have these student affairs every Wednesday morning. And to find out more about student affairs, you can go like their Facebook and visit their website at www.sun.ac.za. Also, the last newsletter comes out this afternoon, so check your emails this afternoon. In terms of Ruth, we spoke off air. There's lots of links and more information about what we just spoke about there, and I'm so happy about that. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a lovely, lovely day, and remember, kids, get onto your emails, okay? We got to get this newsletter in, and if you are creative, if you feel like you can change someone's life in terms of co-curricular activities, please do write those ideas down, because you never know. Could be the $1 billion idea.
Thank you very much, Nick.
Thank you so much, Ruth.
I wish all our students all of the best for the exams and everything that's just completing up the semester.
I know, it's a bit of a stressful time, but we're going to get through it with great music from MFM and Ruth Andrews wishing us luck. What a time to be alive.
Tune in next Wednesday at 9:30 for your Student Weekly on the MFM Breakfast Show. Your Student Weekly, it's all about you.